Maybe you're following them around.
You're going against a team that's going to throw a bunch, not going to run a whole lot. How do you approach that? What's the challenge this week?
Yeah, Purdue's a really good offense, and they're a dangerous team to play. They're hot right now, and it's like you said, they pass the ball more than they run, and that's a challenge to us. We definitely gotta affect the game up front. We gotta be able to make tackles in space as well.
Is that the kind of game that you really get up for? I mean, you get to rush the passer 3/4 of the time.
I mean, I'm like that for every game. Whether it's they run the ball every play, or they pass the ball every play, I've got to try to play my best ball.
Zach, over the last few weeks, I mean, even in the Minnesota game, you forced a fumble and you're getting the sacks, you're getting the tackles for loss. Do you feel like you're becoming like a table setter for the defensive line in a sense because drawing comes home? Do you feel like you're embracing that role?
What do you mean by table setter?
Like just pressuring the quarterback, you're forcing a fumble to allow your teammates to pick it up and score. Just how do you feel like your role in the defensive line is just?
Yeah, I'm just trying to do my job, and one of our mottos here is competitive excellence. So when your number's called, you got to make the play, and that's something that I'm trying to focus on and really take pride in doing.
We've talked with Ryan Day, and he's mentioned how important November football is going to be. And I remember asking you a few weeks ago just how hungry you are at this point. I mean, you've been around for several seasons. How hungry does November football make you? How hungry does it make your whole team?
Yeah, November's championship time, and that's what we're chasing. We're gonna go chase. Win out. It's like March Madness. Coach Day always says, you win and move on, and that's the mindset we have. Just get out of every Saturday with a win.
Zach is.
The last few games, what can you say about his impact as of late?
Yeah, I've been saying Tariq's a special player. He's gonna be, I love having him on the other side of me because he's gonna present pressure, just as much as I will, and I'm happy he's really getting to finally show, his full talent and his full array of pass rush moves and getting after the quarterback.
Zach, what did you think of Purdue's reverse flea flicker play they ran last week when you were watching?
I mean, yeah, it was a pretty cool play.
Is there anything you can do to kind of like they do that occasionally in games where they run like a trick play and it's not like they put that stuff on film. Like, are you aware of do that? Like, how do you? I imagine it's hard to prepare.
Yeah, you just gotta read your keys and play fundamental defense.
Zach has the word revenge been thrown around at all? Some of these older guys. So none of them have been talking about getting any get back after 2018.
I was at home when they played last, so.
Well, maybe not for you, but some of the older guys, right? Some of the dudes that were on this team in 2018. Yeah. I mean, if some of them been like, man, we got to get ours back from that game.
I haven't heard much of that, no.
With such a pass-heavy offense, I'm curious about, what have you seen from Purdue's offensive line, and in terms of, do you see an opportunity there? Because that's been a lot of the success for you guys is just getting to the quarterback, disrupting the pass game. Do you see an opportunity?
Yeah, they're definitely a talented line. They're big, they're strong, they're really athletic. So it presents a challenge that we just got to go into the game and use our fundamentals and our technique and one-on-ones.
Jack, how close is this defense right now to playing like you thought it would at the beginning of the year? How close is it coming to matching what you thought you guys could be all about?
I just know we're getting better and better every week. We're building confidence, and I feel like we're really tied together. We're a really close unit, and we know that. We know that if we get a rush, the DBs don't got to cover long. If the DBs do their job in coverage, we're going to get home and make plays. And the linebackers fit in the middle, kind of doing a little bit of both. And that's something that we just take pride in, playing with energy and having fun out there playing together.
What has really come around for you guys up front, though? I know we ask you this almost every week, but it seems like the last several weeks y'all notched it up one more notch. Do you agree with that? And what has kind of come around for you guys?
Just continuing to get better, working on our technique and practice. That's really the biggest thing. We practice well, use our technique, use our hands, and we win one-on-ones in practice. It translates to games.
You said you were sitting at home, of course, when Ohio State got beat by these guys over in Purdue back in 2018. Do you remember that game? Do you remember kind of being shocked by it, or do you remember watching it?
I think I was in my friend's basement watching the game, and they were huge Ohio State fans. At the time I wasn't, it was recruiting, so how that went. But I was like, they just got whooped by Purdue, and that's really all there is to that.
Yeah, and what does that show you? And obviously the way these guys whipped Michigan State last week, they did. What does he just tell you about college football these days? I mean, about you guys having to be on.
It's hard to win a game in college football. That's something that Coach Day always says. You got to bring it every single week to to win a game, and it's going to be hard on Saturday. They're a good opponent. We're going to have to bring our A game to beat them.
And you're a leader of this team. You feel like this team gets that message. You feel like everybody's listening.
Yeah, no doubt. We definitely understand that. It's hard to win, and it's even harder to blow teams out. So, like I said, we just got to go in there and play our best ball to get the result we want.
It's been 4 straight games of 5 sacks or more. It's not unusual to see it's 1 sack for a different player. What is it about that that's happening that it's not just one guy, not just 2 guys, but there's at least 4 or 5 guys that are getting 1 each game, interior or exterior? Doesn't matter.
It's something I like. That it's not just one guy getting all the sacks as it might have been in the past. It's spreading it around, which means we're all playing at an elite level and we're all rushing together. And there's some plays where I'll get a sack based on somebody else's pressure, or somebody else will get a sack based off my pressure, and that's just how we see it in D-line. We feed off each other. If one of us eats, we all get to eat. So that's kind of our mentality. And you see us on the field celebrating every single sack like we all got it. That's kind of how our mindset is.
How much does that have to do with depth? How much guys are playing? How much you're rotating?
It helps a lot, because like I said, we'll start the game and then we come out and it's just another fresh guys who are just as good, just as talented as us, and so the O-line gets no break. And then when those guys get tired, boom, we're right back in the game, bringing that same intensity and speed to the offensive line.
And a lot of those.
Good part, 2019, Purdue faced with that speed. I think everybody gives all the attention. And now you got this year, you guys are still top 5 in the country in sacks. It's a lot more than good effort. Is one better than the other?
I don't think so. I think getting to the quarterback is a defensive line's goal, and however that's done is a good thing.
You mentioned the offensive line, and in recent weeks they've been called for some penalties and just had some things strip them up a little bit. How have you seen them kind of, maybe this week in practice, kind of reapproach things and kind of like reset in a sense?
Yeah, I still think our O-line is the best in the country. I play against them every day, and that's why I said you really got to bring your A game in practice to get good reps against them. And yeah, they've made some mistakes on the offensive side of the ball, which I don't really know too much about, but they're ready. They'll be ready for Purdue.